like to say a big thank you to Ghana for supporting Sarkodie over the years. Big shouts to Sac Nation. Big shouts to Ghana Music. Big shouts to Chatterhouse for putting up this amazing award scheme for all these years. Thank you so much for making us superstars. And there's still more to come, God willing. In all honesty, Sarkodie, I really want to say thank you to Ghana. It's been a long journey, but I always feel fresh when I'm right here. But if you're ready, 1, 2, 3, let's go! Everybody now, 1, 2, 3.
Can you hear this song?
It's another splendid day. Hello and welcome to the road to TGMA 25. It's indeed a really beautiful day, and I trust that you're ready to get into all the interesting discussions that we will be having today. We have some industry conversations, and we have a star chat with our very own Nancy. Yes, indeed. But just know that ahead of the TGMAs to happen soon, you want to be voting for your favorites so that they can become, the winners in their various categories. So, as voting is still open on Telecel networks, for Artist of the Year, text A to 1767. For Telecel Most Popular Song of the Year, text B to the same 1767. For all other categories, text C to 1767 and follow the prompt so that you make sure that you've gone all the way through with your voting. You can also visit www.GhanaMusicAwards.com so that you can vote for free. Yes, indeed. The road to TGMA is brought to you by Telecel Ghana. It's also supported by Guinness Ghana. Close Up Toothpaste, and it's powered by Charterhouse. Yes, indeed. My name is Crystal Kwame Ayu, your ultimate turn-up MC. I'm excited to bring you so much more on the show here today. There's too much packed for you. So stay on, nudge someone. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we get straight into business. Let go.
For Yabo. Now on CNN, the 25th Telecel Ghana Music Awards train stops in Cape Coast with the biggest jam of the year, the TGMA Experience Concert. Ogwaman, why you ready? Join the jam on Saturday, 11th of May at the Robert Mentor Park and party with the big stars: Stoneboy, Kofi Kinata, Nasi, Amarado, Adina, Olive the Boy, King Paluta, Guru, and the 6-song artists all performing live. The party starts at 4 p.m. with games, food, drinks, DJ sets, and at 7 p.m. the big stage explodes live and also on TV3. Gates, you're free! The 25th Telecel Ghana Music Awards Festival is powered by Charterhouse, supported by Guinness Ghana, TV3, our media partners, and sponsored by Telecel.
Telecel, connecting energies.
And the winner is Perez Music.
Wow!
Mama Japo, mi oshele fenshona shia on. Mama Japo, ma oshele fenshona shia. Enyara yito ikia kwamo eko kuranya mana. I cannot hide my excitement. I cannot hide my joy. And this is what God does when He does what He does. And He does it beautifully. I mean, who would have thought? But this is the doing of the Lord. I want to say thank you to everybody. Anybody who streamed the song, anybody who downloaded or shared it, God bless you. And to my producer, Spunkies, yo, bro, you made it work. And to the people behind me, and that nobody sees them, Charlie, I love you guys. You guys are doing an amazing job. Thank you.
You're welcome back. This is Road to TGMA 25. You can join in the conversation by using the hashtag 25th TGMA, pardon me. So make sure that you are interacting with us as we're going to take a trip down memory lane and get to learn one or two things from two board members that are here with us right now. I have with me Don Doku. Yes, indeed. Mr. Francis Doku. I like the name Don Doku.
Yes.
Yes. Welcome.
Like
That's right.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And head of PR, he's right here with us. Head of PR for Charterhouse, Mr. Robert Clark.
Hello.
What's good?
I'm good.
You should give us another name. You know, we have Dondoku. We need to get a, you know, something Robert.
Bob Clark.
Bob Clark. Oh, that's nice. We'll put the O somewhere else. But it's all good. So good to have you. You've definitely been a part of the scheme for God knows how long, 25 years down the line. What are your general thoughts about the TGMAs?
Thank you very much, Crystal. Yes, it feels like yesterday, one of the first events was held in 2000 when Daddy Lumba picked the Ultimate Award, the Song of the Year at the time, and also won that Artist of the Year.
Yeah.
Over the years, a lot has happened, and I believe that the scheme, as it is, have done a lot for the Ghana music industry. Anybody who has considered himself to be worth a musician, I think, over the years, has won something. I said anybody who considered himself to be a musician, a very strong musician, has won something over the years. So that Artist of the Year, Song of the Year, New Artist of the Year, something. Everybody has won something. So I think that in the bigger scheme of things, it will consider the work that the TGMA has done. I'll say that we would have done something positive, very positive for the music industry over the last 25 years.
Nice one. You said positive. We'll come to that. Robert, general thoughts?
For me, there are a few things that stand out. The first is the fact that it's an idea birthed in this country, and it's succeeded for 25 years, and it's a big deal, an idea that has been well executed over the years. And you know the regular, let me use the term, bashings that the scheme keeps receiving. So for it to stand the test of time for 25 editions, I think that it deserves all the well done that we ought to be able to give that. And the second thing is the fact that it also speaks to the fact that companies or projects can start in this country and can succeed, and that becomes like a point of reference for people to be able to use or look up to, or the story of the TGMA now should be a motivational thing, or something that inspires people to believe that they can start, and if they work hard, eventually they can get there. And then the third one that really stands out for me has to do with the people who actually participated in this program from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think that they have done extremely well, a yeoman's job, and well, I may be today, like, you know, speaking for the scheme, but I'm actually walking on the shoulders of those who really did the work, you know, because it's not easy to start something.
So true.
You understand? So basically, I just want to say thanks to all of them. I'm not even referring to the company, but all the people who actually have played their part,
exactly,
you know, in bringing this particular scheme to this particular level. Yes, and I think that they all deserve all the kudos.
Yeah,
you know, that's exactly what I want to.
I mean, a baby born 25 years ago would now be ready for marriage, so it's a big deal, right? Well, it's debatable. I know that. That's what you're gonna say.
There's some 18 years kind.
Well, makes sense. All right, so I'd like us to get into initiatives that the scheme has, been involved in the Ghanaian music scene. The first is Music for Development. I'm sure you know about it. A number of people have won this. I know of Music for Good as well. This is more like an evolution, right? What are your thoughts around this?
Well, I think it's one of the most innovative categories that was added to the Ghana Music Awards over the years. I think the initial collaboration was with the World Bank. I think, if my memory serves me right,
that's it.
To make sure that the World Bank gave a certain amount for whoever won that. And it came after the fact that I think the board at the time realized that there were some songs that would have been done for public good, like encouraging people to do something, like a CSR, like a musician going on a CSR kind of thing. But they were not popular songs. They may not have been popular songs, so may not have been nominated in any categories. But the board will look at it and say, and I think it worked with Musica at the time and say that, okay, we think that even though this song wasn't nominated but it did some public good. So let's choose that song. Let's pick a few of them and see which one takes the box the best, and then, name that song as that. And I think over the years, many artists have benefited from this. We can mention Obo when he did the road campaign, road safety campaign, or Chami Kwame over the years, Stone Boy, and a lot of them. Gas Miller. You remember more than I do. So over the years, many of those songs have been identified and rewarded, for what's worth. And I think they've gone on to also galvanize people to do good. I remember, I think Stone's song about the galamsey. You know, one of the biggest issues we had was that, you know, and he spoke about that.
Yeah.
I think that went on, and people,
was
the
timely too.
consciousness of people to raise awareness about certain things. And I think over the years, that particular category, in my view, has been good. It's helped the artists, it's helped social cause, and generally it's helped us to be able to be aware of things that we may know but are not taken seriously. Yes.
Unsung category, Robert. This year would be the 11th.
This year would be the 12th, I think. Yeah.
The 10th
12th or
was DSL.
10th was DSL?
Yes,
12th.
that's last year. Oh, 12th?
Yeah, it is
12th.
Oh, wow, time flies.
Yeah.
Oh, time flies. This year will be the 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's one of the best things also ever done within the scheme. The thing is, there are quite a number of young people who are constantly observing, wishing, hoping, praying that how do I get in, how do I plug into the big conversation happening around music, you know, in a particular time. And unfortunately, you know, when you look at yourself where you are and then you look at how long it's probably going to take you to get there, you know, you may actually feel like giving up. So this activation introduced was to help project the people underground or people looking to break through mainstream. So let's say you're doing your work, you have recorded music, you're a good performer, you have some following, but somehow, somewhere you haven't broken through. Then we ask the public to power you by, you know, letting us know exactly who they would like to see. And then you have, you know, a pool of names, and then the selection is made based on a particular criteria that we have. And then these are added to the scheme, and they tag along. So they are given excellent opportunities, you know, in terms of performances, platforms, interviews, everything and anything to be able to project their image, their brand, their songs. And once that is done, we are hoping that they are able to pick it up from that particular level to other levels. And so far, we've seen incredible success rates. People who have been through this, I think Miss V was the first. Then we have Kwame Eugene. Then we have Adoma. Then we have Kula. There are people who have not even won.
Teflon, yes.
Yeah, Calvin Boy. People who didn't even
Boy.
win, but you know, are excelling. We have Mr. Drew. We have Dope Nation. We have Jackie. Kofi Jama, and you know, quite a number of the people in there. You know, so yeah, so. Yeah, you know.
True.
Yeah, you know. So basically, I think that it's serving its purpose. You know, so in the light of the unsung category, so we also have another support from the British Council. And that is also supposed to help, you know, project everything about what the unsung category in terms of the artists in that particular space are doing. So hopefully they should be able to get more. And then we should be able to project Ghana music to the next level. Now,
Some people may not have had their ears to the ground, but there's also the Music Summit, which is one of the initiatives. What's the rationale behind it? Would you like to take that?
Yeah, I'll take that. You know, I think Robert will be in the best position to. But I mean, coming from the point of the board, I think the perspective has been that, you know, there's a lot that Ghanaian musicians know, and there's a lot they do not know when it comes to the business of music. You know, in the sense that a lot of people over the years have thought that talent is ultimately everything. But we have known from what we see elsewhere that it's not just talent. And we have talent in abundance, just like everybody else has talent. But what's the next thing that will help you be able to reach, you know, the level that you want to? So the music summit, a business summit, became a part of the scheme over the years to bring experts who know things about how music business should be done. From how you create your music to how you market your music to the things that you have to do, the production, distribution, everything about the subject to ensure that musicians and their handlers, their managers, their handlers, learn something that they may not have known before to help them project to the next level. I think that has been a very, in my view, a very important part of the Ghana Music Awards. The sad part, however, is that most of the time when you organize this, the people for whom it is organized do not show up.
Oh my goodness
most of
me!
The time. I mean, over the years, they do not show up, and so even though the organizers, the scheme has a very altruistic, you know, mindset to help, unfortunately ends up, you know. But I think, I mean, some people come, and I think people who need to have come to learn, and it has helped them. Others who, you know, I believe we'll still see it will come as we go on. I hope that the organizers will not stop that because of the fact that people don't show up. And the fact that it hasn't been means that it won't be up until, you know.
I mean, I know that there are people who would definitely love to benefit from this.
But I mean that the core of the people over the years I think last year and the year before, I was on a panel that had a discussion. We saw, you know, at Labadi, very encouraging numbers. But I'm just saying that over the years, I hope that a lot more musicians have taken advantage of this than we have.
Nice.
Yeah, so still in line with that, so what has happened in the past is that usually you have international acts who are invited to participate in the scheme. And when they do come here, we always encourage that form of collaborations with our local acts, you know. So that basically opens up doors. And, you know, one of the easiest ways to be able to get into a new market is to ride on the back of an artist that's well established. So basically, we are not just celebrating by nominating them, but when they come around, we also encourage that form of, you know, collaborations that exist so that we can end up sending Ghana music far and wide.
That's right. No gatekeeping here, please. All right, now there's another which actually captured my heart because I'm directly involved in the health industry, you know. And this was during the COVID time, the concert for the Heroes, the Heroes concert. Can you share your thoughts around that and how that went for you?
I understand clearly, you know, the hospital, the frontliners were taking care of us, you know, health-wise, physically, and then the musicians were doing their bits psychologically.
That's true.
And so, you know, obviously the music had to continue.
Yeah.
And I just want to say kudos to management for deciding. And as a matter of fact, it was around that time that we probably even incurred the most cost. Yeah, because, you know, anything you organize 2 days, think about it. You organize 2 days, venue 2 days, lights, logistics, everything 2 days, MCs, 2 sets, everything, you know. So everything was like ×2. And we had to do that for 2 years, you can imagine. So, and there were no tickets,
and
nothing.
I provided airtime twice.
Yeah, you know,
so
you
true.
know, yeah, so so big ups to all the partners who actually made it happen, and the management team of Chatterhouse for you know, staying resolute and you know, being interested in projecting what the music ought to have done and what the music could be used for, and the fact that they wanted to even make it happen.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that just ushers us into Lifetime Achievement Award. I mean, this was also a great hit for us. I've seen Aja Konimo pick this up. Let's talk about, you know, the idea behind it also and what it has done for you. So, Robert, you can begin this.
I think that every artist, you know, in running their career, look towards achieving something great and look towards impact and look towards, you know, excellence. And after a while, when the bones, not even when the bones, after a while, so to say, when you've run the race and you've done your bit, you know, you ought to be given your flowers. So what happens is the board sits and decides who deserves to be given what. And, you know, deliberations are made. A number of names always come up. And when these names come up, you have to now decide, because obviously you can't, you know, honor everybody. So some names are supposed to be selected. So these are selected and these are given the necessary recognition that they deserve. So essentially that's what happens. And I think that for this particular category, it comes with some money because we always understand that, usually, you know, they are a bit old and unfortunately our royalties don't work here that well. So to celebrate the moment, we go the extra mile to give some extra cash to be able to, you know, appreciate these folks for the wonderful contribution they've given us in this particular music industry. So that is what really happens, and I think it's been amazing so far. I'm yet to see the one person who doesn't express excitement about it.
I feel you though, and I don't know, it seems like you keep dropping the words for the next thing I'm going to talk about. Excitement, experience concerts, the nominees jam. Because it always gets us excited, especially to the areas that we go to, the nominees jam. Can we get, okay, well, we understand the idea behind it, but your experience with it so far?
Well, I think that the Ghana Music Awards, the main event, previously there were 2 events. Even before the COVID, there had been 2 events before, the industry event and then the public, you know, event. Along the way. I mean, for 25 years, I think this scheme has tried everything, and everything from beginning to end, from single to multi to multi to single as it is now. All of that happens in Accra, you know, so the main event happened in Accra. But I think the view is that music is beyond Accra. So how is it that during the course of, you know, the road that leads to the Accra event, why don't we take it to the regions? Let people who are outside Accra also experience the Ghana Music Awards in the form that it is. And I think that's the idea behind what became the Experience concert. First, it was a nominees jam, you know, and then Robert decided to make the
Experience
concert, you know, and all that. So take it to the region. So I think this has been to Tamale, to Kumasi, to Koforidua, to Takrady, to Cape Coast,
right?
to all over
Yeah,
to Ho,
everywhere.
like
Sunyani.
you know. I mean, it's just to let the people who are in the regions also experience the Ghana Music Awards. And I think you would not appreciate this if you haven't been to any of those concerts in the regions. The way people troop to I mean, I've been to Ho twice. And each time, one at the Jubilee Park last year was at the stadium.
Yes.
You know, and each time the number of people who trooped, when you close and you're going back, the traffic that will take you in Kumasi, in Koforidua, all over the place. So
wild.
It's another commendable addition to the Ghana Music Awards, so that people who are outside of Accra, they may not be at the same. I mean, of course, people from all over Ghana come, but you know, just give.
Not everyone can make the main event anyway.
I mean, the event takes what? The maximum venue for the Ghana Music Award is the Grand Arena.
Grand Arena.
That's the biggest, and that maximum for about what? 4,000.
You know, like
3,500.
Because of the nature of the setup.
You know what I mean? So even if everybody wants to come, not everybody will go there. So
that's true.
you take it to them so that they experience. It's called what? Democratization of the Ghana Music Awards.
Let me quickly add to that. I think for me, what I really love about this particular initiative is the economic activity it drives.
Yeah.
You understand? So Francis just explained about the fact that the music is brought to the people, but I'm looking at how we heighten domestic tourism, the fact that people move from one particular place to another area, and then we now, you know, so hotels are booked, food boats, explorations in a specific area, and, you know, fuel, and like everything, and then the participation, like the vendors and everything that really happens in that particular space. It's always, it's amazing. And I think that we've gotten to the point where people are beginning to lobby for it to come to their regions because they know the economic value and what it brings to that particular space. So I think that it's one of the best, and we should probably even, if possible, we should even do more.
More concerts.
Oh yeah, I mean,
in a year.
No, if we do have the funds, if we do have the numbers.
It's possible anyway.
There used to be the experience concert, and then the celebration jam after.
Oh, true. I remember that. What happened to
and
that?
And then Charterhouse decided to stop.
Maybe it was COVID. Hopefully it will come back.
You know, the celebrations jam was on the 20th anniversary, you know, to be able to mark more or less like, you know.
This is the 25th.
25th. So watch out.
Okay, all
right. That's right. We also have another initiative, performance of the best new artists at the Ghana Party in the Park. You know that?
Yes. So that was the thing that we brokered with Aquaba UK, and it was meant to propel the person to the next level. So you've been able to break through in Ghana, so to say, establish your identity and come through, you know, confident. Everybody's able to see you. So the idea was, okay, Ghana Party in the Park. UK is the third music market in the world. The first is America, second is Japan, third is UK. And you have about not less than 8,000, about 10,000 people at the Ghana Party in the Park. And it's a clear opportunity for you to be able to step into that space and, you know, establish a brand, you know. So if you're going to a vicinity of that nature, you have opportunity to connect with music business professionals and institutions and all of that it comes with. So we thought, well, why don't we propel? Why don't we augment the works of the new artists once they win? Let's give them the opportunity. And that partnership has been with Aquaba UK. I think the challenges we've had in the past is that some couldn't attend. And in some, I think the 2-3 people have not been able. Two have not been able to attend. So we're just hoping that that particular partnership, because it still exists, you know, it's still people are able to take advantage of that to be able to propel their career to the next level. But the fact is, it exists, and it's a very good initiative, and we hope that more people are able to pass through.
So it's currently ongoing.
Yes.
Lovely. And then the one where winners also perform at the Kora Awards.
This was in the early days.
Yes.
Until Kora itself collapsed.
Went down,
you know. So it was an opportunity to perform. I mean, Kora at the time was the biggest music event in Africa. You know, I think other events have taken place like Afrima and others, you know, trying to be like what Kora was. You know, so at the time, if you performed at Kora, it was a big thing.
Deal.
You know, so I think I remember Kobiantri, you know, was at Kora. to perform. And
what's his name? Kitesia, what's his name?
Continue.
Continue.
Yeah.
Rather.
I think he also. No, he also had it.
Yes, yes. So I mean, it was
I think
also
VIP also had.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, quite a number of.
yeah.
them.
But the idea was to give you an opportunity to perform to a bigger audience
Yeah.
in Africa.
The whole of Africa.
The whole of Africa.
And beyond.
And it went beyond in the diaspora everywhere because the rights of Kora were sold to many TV stations around the world. You know, unfortunately, Kora.
We
VGM is
understand.
here 25 years. Kora is not.
But it was a good
we hope
partnership.
that, you know, there will be some form also too. I mean, now there are a lot bigger platforms that partnership with those things can help push our artists forward. I remember it may not have been a partnership, but I remember Samini performed at Mogo.
Yeah.
You know, or something like that. I mean, it's also a
It
big
was
one in
something
space,
with Kanya King.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something we also.
Yeah. So it was that partnership that will help propel the musicians to the next level, as
That's
we
right.
keep saying.
You're giving me ideas, We're 25 years. Maybe we'll get TAMA. You know what the A stands for? Boom.
Africa.
Thank you very much.
Africa.
So it will be us,
Africa.
right?
Yeah,
Amen
man.
to that.
Yeah, man. Amen.
Amen. So before we get at TAMA, there's also a new initiative, or pretty new, TGMA in schools. Yes, Robert?
TGMA in schools.
Yes.
One of the things I'm very passionate about. So you talk to artists, and one of the first things you hear, when I was in school, so sort of like started in school. And school gave a lot of people the platform to be able to explore, to try out their skill, and to test whether or not what they were doing would fly. And so we're like, okay, then what it simply means that if people are starting in the school, then why don't we go back to the schools? Take artists, allow them to share their stories with these young ones, and then use that platform to be able to inspire them. And then also inform them about the relevance of education in their music career. Because for some reason, some people also have this thing in their minds that, I'll skip school and then they'll come and meet a contract.
Thank you.
And then you need to make sense out of the contract and everything that it represents. You'll be discussing branding. You'll be discussing promotion. You are supposed to be doing interviews.
On their lawyer.
So basically, TGMA in schools is a pipe that has been opened now, allowing artists to have first-hand experience or close experience with the students. The students ask a lot of questions.
Nice
right?
one.
So they ask questions, and then they're also exposed to opportunities within the music business space. There are journalists, there are people who say they're journalists, and then when they learned about the fact that they could be entertainment journalists, like, okay, really?
Right. This is also an option.
Yeah, because they have the passion for entertainment, but they just didn't know they could be
that's your
journalists
thing.
in that particular space.
Right.
And then the same thing about lawyers. The recent one where Richie was there was like, do you know that you could be a lawyer within the space? Like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. So there are things about the space that they don't know. And so once, you have this kind of conversation with them, it becomes easier to share, the info with them because we don't have music business schools in this country.
We actually prayed for days like that when we were back in school. Some of us used to write music and things like that. Yeah, that was so good.
And some of these artists, you will not really, there is no way some of these students will ever get up close and personal with these artists.
Yes, true.
So this is like actually the platform where they get to do that. And so it's been, back-to-back successful all throughout. And again, Corporate Ghana, we thank them for coming through again, supporting initiatives of this nature.
Thank you so much. What initiatives do we hope to see from the TGMAs in the next 5 years? You said 2 years. Let's extend it to 5 years. Yeah, for the Ghana music industry.
I'm not going to spill these
please,
things
you
out.
can. Come on. You started, so better so finish.
I think that some of the things have been, once they are mentioned, we'll certainly bring them out. One of the things that we've talked about are the categories in itself that we are going to, we're touching on. Meetings were held. Initially, we even thought we were going to do 1 or 2 meetings. We've done 3 and 4 meetings, and the work is not done. Now, what it means is that in the next year, we are going to see something different with respect to the categories because we're going to touch a few of them, and it's going to be an interesting one.
You heard it
I'm
here
hearing, I mean, I want to say something. Are you going to say it or I should say it?
What you want to say?
I've heard something around the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that as well. Yeah, I mean, we are also working around that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it touches on categories anyway, and everything that goes into that particular space. So, yeah.
Thank you for having this conversation with us here today. We are taking 25th anniversary message. We started the show with it, so we might as well get from both of you as well. What's your 25th TGMA anniversary message?
I think for me, it's the most important element of this scheme is the musicians. And because if there are no musicians and there's no music, there will really not be a scheme. And I think that it's important that we commend the Ghanaian musician for keeping it going for all these years. And the fact that they allow their music and their works to be nominated, and themselves to be nominated in this scheme. I don't think that the board, if I'm speaking for the board, takes for granted, that, because that is the main ingredient of the award scheme. We're very grateful to the Ghanaian musicians for being a part of this for all these years, and we believe that they'll continue to be as the scheme progresses in the next 25 years.
Amen and amen. Robert, real quick.
I would want to say that everything we are doing is really about music business. And unfortunately, because we don't have a course like that, we have a huge deficit. And the competition is not just internal, it's actually global. And so I'm here to tout projects like the Music Business Summit or Seminar, so to say. That there are 4 main strands that basically, when it comes to the music business space, stand. The first one has to do with the artistic excellence in terms of, getting the music. But the second one has to do with music business professionals. So whether the person is an IT expert, the person is a marketer, the person is an A&R person, whatsoever. Like, these are professionals who work in the space, and they are not necessarily musicians. So we need more people in this particular area, people working within the space, professionals. Bring everything, marketing, everything, branding, everything, PR, everything, that you've learned into this particular space to help.
Nice.
And then we also, the third one is about the businesses. I think that for when we talk about music business, there's always that business that supports the artists and their works.
Yeah.
And we don't have enough businesses in this space. And we don't have enough professionals running these businesses. Sometimes it's just musicians who form the companies, and again, sometimes they're a bit heavy on their artistic side, so the business side is not really there.
Yeah.
So if we could have more of these, institutions running the space, that would help, because they would understand clearly that they wake up in the morning, afternoon, evening, and the focus is, how do I produce, sell my business? And how do I take my business out there, basically? And then the last one is the support schemes or the support systems. So from event organizers to having the policymakers support us, like GAMRO, everything about the support system that basically ensures that the ecosystem is able to work, And these are the things that we discuss during the seminar. So we are encouraging everybody to be a part of the seminar when we have them, because it helps. So it's not really going out there for only artists, but anybody who wants to work in the space. So the 25th anniversary conversation, for me, my message is, let's not take music at the face value only.
Thank you.
Let's take it at the showbiz value. So it's show and then the biz put together.
Yes,
let's have the two of them marry. And by so doing, we can take our music to the next level. We need to let the business machinery lead in the conversation.
Exactly. There are so many opportunities. And so when you bring this up, it comes to mind again. So let's take advantage of the opportunities. Some of us say that there are no jobs, there's nothing new. But actually, when we really look into it, when we do our little research, we can find places to fill. So thank you for that once again. I've been speaking to PR of Charterhouse, Robert Clark, and board member, they are both board members anyway, Don Doku. Thank you for joining us indeed. There's a lot more to happen right here on Road to TGMA 25. Tonight is the Experience concert in Central Region, right, in Cape Coast, so you can't miss it at all. Make sure you log on to our socials as well so you can get all of the details. We'll be back with a lot more. Stay on.